Assalamu alaikum everyone. Get ready as we finally unleash the awaited episode featuring, drumroll please, the Dean of Electrical Engineering, Professor Dr. Jafri Bin Din. Stay tuned as we dive deep into various topics and uncover valuable insights that will leave you eager to tune in. In this episode, we asked the Dean about the accessibility of lecturers, the merger of the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and the Biomedical Engineering Department, the potential for undertaking internships with lecturers. We also explored the Dean's opinion on ChatGPT and AI. Moreover, we addressed the importance of attendance and the weight of final exams. Finally, we explored the vital topic of mental health within the context of engineering education. This episode is filled with engaging discussions, thought-provoking questions, and valuable insights straight from the Dean of Electrical Engineering himself. Whether you're a current student, aspiring engineer, or simply interested in the field, this episode is sure to leave you inspired and excited for the future of engineering. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And of course, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, YouTube, Twitter at The Castronics. So as usual, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
You are now listening to the Castronics podcast.
Hosted by MBS, Mariam and Hajar.
Weekly episodes are coming up, so stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to the Castronics podcast. Introducing our esteemed guest, Dr. Jafri Bin Din, the Dean of the Electrical Engineering Faculty and the Director of the Wireless Communication Center. With a wealth of experience and expertise in the field of electrical engineering and wireless communication, Dr. Jafri has made significant contributions to both academia and industry. As a renowned figure in his field, he has led groundbreaking research and played a pivotal role in shaping the future of wireless communication technologies. We're honored to have Dr. Jafri join us today as we delve into insightful discussions on the latest advancements and trends in the field. Get ready to be inspired by his vast knowledge and experience in this exciting episode of our podcast. Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Salam.
We're really honored to have you with us today.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick fire question. How are you really doing?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to join your podcast.
The pleasure is ours.
Well, currently, I've been appointed. It's my turn to serve in UTM or specifically in Faculty of Electrical Engineering as the Dean. As most of us are aware that the position of Dean is on a rotational basis. So normally it will be appointed for 3 years and then it will be 3 + 2 + 2. So that's the most maximum durations that normally will be allocated for the Dean and any other academic positions in the faculty within UTM. That's our practices. All right. So as a dean, only about 7 months so far. So it's very challenging, yet very encouraging. So very busy as usual. So the timetable is very packed. And after the restructuring of the Faculty of Engineering back to Faculty of Electrical, Mechanical, Civil, and also Chemical and Energy. So the top management of the university decided that all the new engineering faculty are back to the normal, basically. We need to act, to function, and to contribute to the university and the country as a mini or as an individual, like a small college or small individual university or institutions. So that means we need to be involved in all. If all of you are aware, the management of the university been divided into 4 major sections under Deputy Vice Chancellor Office. So we do have academic, and then we do have research and innovations, student affairs, and finally the developments that taking care of the facilities, buildings, and all the infrastructure for the whole community, students and staff, and all the stakeholders that interact with the university. So that's why previously the deans of the faculty only directly responsible or answerable to the only two, mainly two of the Deputy Vice Chancellor office. Of course, it will be academic and then student affairs.
Oh, makes
Only
sense.
two. But now
It's four.
it will be all four because the accreditation also required all the facilities, classroom, laboratory, and the hostel also for all the students, college. So that means we need also to be involved in all the, not only the daily running activities, but also in the planning. And you cannot run away from the budgeting as well. And then for the accreditations also, facilities is considered a main or the major criteria in order to ensure the accreditation will be in good hand. Because good facilities, especially in the classroom, in the lab, and how we manage the academic program with the infrastructure, not to forget the life that like in the college or hostels, and then the cafeteria, and then sport facilities and other social activities that require infrastructure. So also need to be considered and to be reported within our accreditations documentations. So that's and then on top of that, so that means I already touched about the infrastructure or the developments under the Deputy Vice Chancellor, and then also student affairs. University without students means no universities.
Indeed.
True.
Yeah, so that's why student affairs is a big issue as well. And then especially nowadays, it's very challenging situation after the post-pandemic situations. There are quite a number of unexpected, or we are not able to imagine that such situations. Now we are facing such situations that never happened or occurred earlier or before. Even we can't imagine that it will happen. What students face and the situations and the challenges that especially the students facing the post-pandemic, not limited to the academic performance or situations, but also the socials. So on top of that, majority of the students here are quite in the middle or the early teenagers, is still young, very young age. Yeah. So undergraduate, I'm referring to undergraduate. So that's why, and then we do have this pandemic or the COVID-19. So if we just simply focus on the academic challenges, so this is considered the first time where we start 100% online classes. Yeah. And then sometime as a Muslim, we keep thinking that, and also when we are relating to the wireless communications or IR 4.0 that rely on the machines, on the artificial intelligence, wireless communications, and then all knowledge-based activities and technology that will be autonomous. So who knows, maybe God or Allah give this as an experiment or a test bed for us to test our capability, our technology, so that not only for the engineers or the scientists, but also to everyone, the users of the technology, so that we need to be prepared. Doesn't mean, especially at citizens that a bit senior like me, we tend to neglect or not to fully utilize the technology because we say, it's okay, it's not the time for us. We are living this world or something like that. But we cannot run away from the technology. We need to be part of it. We need to participate. We need to use it. Because without that, we are not able to
function correctly,
connect with the younger generations. At least with our children or grandchildren, because they are already now in different era, attached to all the gadgets. While if we are not being able to understand them, it's a bit tricky for us to communicate and to be part of them, to bringing them, and because we are now like different
generations.
Different generation, yes.
Okay, so the first word in our sentence is right.
So back to the question just now. It's very challenging, yet very promising. I learned a lot, not only in terms of managing the staff, the students, but also it helped me to be stronger individuals. There are many opportunities for me to contribute more, not only to the community within the academia in the universities, but also in the community and also my own family. I always feel very grateful that working in UTM allow me to serve the whole world globally, to serve globally.
Inshallah.
No need for me to go to Africa, no need Africa continent, no need for me to go to so-called Middle East, even though we can debate what is the terms Middle East referring to. Also in this area, I mean Asia or Southeast Asia, including students from Russia and China also. We attending and joining UTM, not only as a students but also as a co-researchers because Malaysia and UTM, we are moving towards a global player. We want to participate in global education systems.
Indeed.
Okay, so that means that's a bit lengthy answer, very long answer, but I'm comfortable. I'm happy to be given this opportunity, even though it's very tricky and very, very challenging.
The pleasure is ours, Doctor.
Okay, so going back to being a lecturer, we wanted to ask, it's a bit weird, I think, why aren't lectures accessible sometimes? How do I say this? So usually, not all lectures, but some lectures, they don't like to share their numbers or sometimes even their emails, so we can't contact them for emergencies.
Okay, yeah. By right, all teachers in general, not limited to lecturer, so supposed to be, close with the students, so that email is considered fundamental or basics. Even each staff or individual need to have their own email account. And then as a lecturer or teachers and a staff of university, so the university assigned or granted an official email account for each of the staff. And all staff need to use this email account.
But Doctor, I have a question.
Yeah.
Because there is a misconception in a lot of people who think that lectures are not accessible to people.
Oh, so that means they
Do you
didn't
think that is
respond
true?
their email.
Yeah.
That we cannot reach them. Do you think that is true? I mean, for us, we say, we managed to get to you, so that's a big sign that it is possible. But what do you think clearly about this matter?
Okay, since all the means of communications within UTM staff is through email, so it's no excuse for them not to reply email or say that their inbox is full or something like that. So maybe students should use an official email, not the Gmail or whatever. Use your students' email to communicate with your lecturers. So that will be, and then students also should be smart in terms of communicating with students and with lecturers. So if you are seeking advice or important response from a given lecturer, a particular lecturer, so you should CC that email to your academic advisor, for example, so that the academic advisor can follow up after if you're still not able to access or communicate with the respective lecturer.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
And then if you are communicating with that lecturer regarding the subjects that you are taking with him or her, so you can CC to the director of that department that taking care of where the lecturer is under which divisions. We do have 4 divisions right now. It's 5: power or energy, and then mechatronics, and then electronic ECE, electronic and computer engineering, and also communications. And another one, biomedical engineering divisions.
Yeah, now the biomedical is
4
also
plus
on the
1.
part
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a big divided opinion about this because a lot of students think that it's a bad decision, but for others they say that it's a plus for them because when they graduate they will have the electrical faculty on their
Correct.
certificate. Why do you think that happened? Why do you think that biomedical and electrical were merged together?
If we flash back during my study time back in late 1980s, when I'm trying to look for my postgraduate placement. So I purposely chose one university and apply for my master placement to that university because they started to introduce biomedical engineering within electrical engineering faculty or school or department.
Okay.
1988.
We weren't even born yet.
So in the United States. So that's the answer. So the biomedical engineering is coming from electrical engineering faculty, working very closely with medical schools or school faculty of science or within biology department.
Indeed. It does make sense because when we look at their syllabus and we see the subjects that they take, a lot of them are related to our subjects.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty good move.
Even in our faculty, before the synergy when we try to combine all the engineering faculty under one roof, which is Faculty of Engineering. Before that, prior to that, biomedical engineering is one small group under ECE, Electronic and Computer Engineering Department.
Oh.
Okay.
About 13 or 14, our academic staff been transferred to that School of Biomedical Engineering. So that means purely they are graduated with first degree and postgraduate degree, master and PhD within EE, Electrical and Electronics Engineering.
Okay. Interesting.
That's why there's also electrical electronics medical, right? Because it's very similar.
Yep.
I have another question. So, working with lecturers. So, as a student, I want to gain more insights on the industry, but not on the industry. And also gain practical knowledge outside of lab, because I feel like labs come very late at like second year, second semester. So it's a very shocking thing to go into second year lab. So what's your intake on like working with lecturers, and how can I work with a lecturer?
What you mean by work? How to work with lecturers?
Taking an internship with them in a certain way.
Okay.
Because some students actually do that when they contact a lecturer and they seek to work with them for certain durations. In exchange of that, they gain some more experience. So what's your take on that?
Okay. So as all of you aware that lecturer or academicians in the university, we are supposed to also actively involve in R&D or research and also consultations. So that means research, R&D and consultation, that means with industry or government agency that dealing with specific technology related to our specialization area. That means electrical or mechanical or something like that. So based on my own experience, I always answer or share information based on my own experience. During right after my PhD, even during my PhD work, I involved in solving the industrial problems, supporting and helping them, advising them to establish a new coverage in my field, wireless communications. So I work very closely with a few telecommunication operators in Malaysia, Maxis, Celcom, and Telecom, and also DG. So almost all during that time, on top of giving training, professional short courses. And then after that, they invite and request us to, and appointed us as a consultant. And while delivering this task, normally I will include undergraduate students and also postgraduate students during that time.
Is it you who were picking the students, or
Yes.
did they approach you for?
Both ways. Normally it started from FYP, final year projects. So definitely, when the lecturer that actively engage with industry, either through research and development (R&D) or through consultation work, it's more on problem solving and short terms in nature. It will be consultations that longer duration and involve serious research and solving involving the designing and solving the bigger and long-term solutions for the company industry. So that one normally will fall under category of research and development R&D that require more time, 2 years, 3 years, like that. So lecturers will introduce or will post a title for FYP final year project related to their ongoing consultations and R&D with industry.
And then that's how students
how the students start to
choose based on their interests.
Yep.
But then that's not always the case, because I've seen cases where students would choose a certain field or a certain topic, but then that is not what's being chosen for them, because at the end I think there is some shuffling going on.
Yeah.
I mean, their choice doesn't go through necessarily.
Yeah, that's normal. That's the facts of life. We will not
life isn't fair, I guess.
Well, fair is a very, very subjective terminology. Sometimes we thought that it's not fair, or the sweet is not the best. Sometimes the bitter things is better. That is medicine.
But everything happens for a reason.
Yes,
Allah
correct.
has made things.
So that's why for us, if we have that strong belief, so it's okay. We can survive and we can enjoy our life, and we will feel comfortable, and we take it positively, and it will motivate us, and it will encourage us even to be better persons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of have a debatable question. So basically, what do you think of ChatGPT? I'm pretty sure you heard about ChatGPT.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Oh, so normally we are trying not to use a specific product or package or technology. So normally we use it AI for professional, especially for students, to take a shortcut that will change completely the process of education or training, especially in higher educations, and also in professional activities like and when you work in the industry. You can rely, or you can use ChatGPT or any other tools under AI that will do all your works.
But then what's your take on students using... So, because ChatGPT is becoming very popular.
Yeah.
Pretty much it's as popular as Google now, it's if not even more. So now, what's your take on students using ChatGPT to navigate throughout their students' life? Do you encourage that, or do you have a different stance on it?
Among deans, when we are participating in any activities like training or meeting or workshops, so during leisure time, we browse, we use the ChatGPT just to check.
So lecturers also use ChatGPT?
No, we use that so that when we are formulating the questions and problems,
you know how to formulate.
we know how to, to counter-attack the ChatGPT, so that even we start to discover few software or products that can detect whether the answer is it humans or AI.
As of now, there you go. But another question related to this topic. As of now, is there any tool that lecturers use to detect whether or not someone uses ChatGPT or any similar AI?
You think the lecturer is going to tell you?
Or not?
Well, no need to ask lecturer. You can ask your Uncle Google. So you will be able easily to discover such
So I'm assuming
system of
So does that mean that questions during tests and quizzes and exams and finals and stuff are going to be harder a bit? So that they can't go through ChatGPT?
For us in engineering, it's quite okay. Since, for example, I give an example. In one sessions, 4 or 5 deans we sit together during a coffee break in one event, and then suddenly the deans of the computing faculty, computer science, he opened her tablet, and then he asked me, Jeff, let's play around with ChatGPT. Okay. Let's ask the ChatGPT to prepare a source code for this very basic programming class. And then ChatGPT give completely the source code.
But it does have some mistakes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
And then that's the starting point. And then I said, okay, how about if we change the questions so that include the local content in Malaysia or in Johor or something like that. So ChatGPT faced some difficulties, and then will give some is uncertain or not able to something like that. And then even okay. So how to create a question so that the student will learn through the normal process, we learn a lot from doing mistakes, like troubleshooting.
Yes.
Same goes in programming, computer programming programming language, for example. So sometimes we will instruct in detail the questions that the situations whereby ChatGPT is very local, is local content, or we solve halfway through and then ask the student to continue.
So that ChatGPT can't answer the question.
Yeah, and even we include like in one our latest part or in oil and gas in Pengerang Johor, blah 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 blah. So ChatGPT will not able to recognize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
They even
actually
managed
smart.
to hack ChatGPT. These people are geniuses.
Even one occasions, one lecturer, two lecturers dropping by here, like this in this arrangement, and then he promoted to me. He said, "Okay, I'm using this. The answer for your question just now. Can you name the software that can check whether it's AI or humans?"
Oh no!
So straight away he said to me, "Jeffrey, see." So I can detect
I
that.
think I know the name, but I'll keep paying it.
Is it AI or human?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That's deep. Okay, so that was the first part of the interview. Now we're moving to the next part, which are the Q&A. So basically, the other day we posted on our Instagram page, and we wanted to take questions from our listeners, and we actually had some really interesting questions that they'd like to ask you. So we'll read them out loud, and would love to have your answer on them. So the first question is a very fire one. Someone says, so why do lecturers care much about attendance? Isn't university self-study?
Okay, all right. As for engineering faculty, so all of us believe that, including the students, if you skip class, you will not be able to follow the materials. It's very different than in humanities or social science or languages, that it's very unique and very different in engineering, especially in double E or EE, that required strong fundamental in mathematics and also physics or science in general. And then through our own experience as a student and so as a teacher, so if we are missing the earlier chapter in a given course or subjects, so students and teachers will face difficulties to successfully deliver the materials, because each of the earlier chapter in that particular subject or course is interrelated, will be applied, not limited to that single subject. First year courses or subject will be extended, will be used, will be applied in the second year, third year and fourth year. So that means it's a continuous throughout your program and within individual course or subject. So if you skip at the beginning, especially the starting point, the first 2 weeks, so that's why in UTM, in Faculty of Electrical Engineering, the first week of lecture, we already give a full blast.
First week is very important here, but then like in other faculties, it's like
cool, relax.
Everyone can like not go to
You just
classes
imagine
normally.
through my own experience during my undergraduate, first week, second lecture, they already organized a quiz. Woo. They call it pop quiz or unannounced quiz.
All right. The second part of the sentence is so others.
Oh yeah, I remember fundamentals of electrical power. I went to the doctor so he can sign the course amendment form, and then he was like, we have a quiz next week, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, we had that. We had
The
that
pre-quiz.
the pre-quiz.
Pretest.
Pretest, something like that, yeah. But it was very hard because we just came out of vacation and we have no idea where our brains are for so long.
So that's why I still remember during my undergraduate time, I used to 1 week before the semester started, I already warming up. I start to browse the syllabus of that particular course, compiling the lecture note from seniors, and then browsing through the textbook that already been posted, that which textbook will be used for certain subjects, because your undergraduate handbook spell it out in details, the course outline or the CI, the course informations, and the list of textbook and reference books for that particular course or subject. So 1 week normally I will already warming up, so that entering the first lecture is just like opening all the senses and absorbing all, even single words from the lecturer means a lot. Even the body language and the intonations, so you can anticipate what will be asked in the quiz, in the test, and in final exam.
Yeah, they usually give hints.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh.
I shared that in our communication principle class, right?
Yes. And ever since then, I've been sitting in front and writing everything the doctor says, just in case.
And for me, 1 hour class in electrical engineering course or subjects is very tough and very tiring. Normally, if I had 3 hour class back to back, after 3 or 4 hours, I already exhausted and very tired. Yeah, no more energy. Yes.
How do you even keep up with these long classes? 3 hours. How do you find the drive to keep going throughout 3 hours? I think that's a lot.
Teachers or any professionals that dealing with conversations or need to teach or need to share ideas or need to sell to increase their sales or selling ideas or something like that. So normally we will take enough rest in advance, enough sleeps that night, and then take enough or proper food to keep our energy, drinks a lot, so that normally we will kind of lost during the lectures, and then after the class ended, only we discover that we are already tired and exhausted.
Oh no.
During the class we feel like we are full of energy, and then after the class ended we feel, wow, it's very tired. Even sometimes the senior lecturers, ladies, she already retired, she always share with me. She said, if in the classroom I feel like I'm very strong, I'm very energetic, and then once the class ended and I'm returning back to my office, I feel like, oh, I'm old already, I'm very tired or something like that.
It says a lot about how passionate the lecturers are.
Yes. And well, in UTM, the motto of UTM is for the God and humans, mankind. UTM is for, in Malay is, U is untuk, means for, T is Tuhan, means God, and M is manusia, mean mankind. So whatever we do is to God, for to serve mankind.
That's so nice.
So when we started to join as teachers or staff here, during the orientations week for 1 week or sometimes 3 weeks, 1 week and then break, and then after a few months another week. So the new staff, including lecturers, is compulsory to attend all this sequence of training. So during this they will embed all these characteristics and the DNA of UTM. UTM always use these terms, UTM DNA. So if we bump someone, any students outside UTM, like in Johor Bahru or in KLIA, we can recognize that he or she is UTM students or alumni.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's actually really interesting.
Even like in any academic events or in industry, so we can easily detect our product or our alumni that we were trying to.
So we're not products.
Yes, sir.
Well, university, the product is the students or alumni. What was the question just now?
So,
Attendance?
Yes.
the question was about attendance.
For me personally, attendance is compulsory, unless if you are able to catch up is okay. So that's why normally I will not give hard time to students that can perform and can follow the syllabus, even though he tends to skip classes. I did the same during my undergraduate.
As long as okay. But as long as they keep up their level in
Yes.
academics, you don't mind if they.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah, I
answer.
like that.
This is very encouraging.
Yes.
But you need to be close and to establish some way of communication with the lecturer so that he or she aware that you are not purposely or just simply absent without any particular reasons.
Okay, so moving on from lectures, now let's talk about this.
Mm.
What are the characteristics of the successful students in your opinion? One of the questions
I
asked.
think she can answer because she already attended my class.
Oh my God.
For me, is communications. Communication means not only verbal communications but also body language and so on. If the teacher, the lecturer can recognize that the students is giving full attention during the lecture,
Interested, invested in the.
just looking at your body language, your facial expressions. If you're nodding or if you're like this, so I know that I need to repeat again the definitions or the explanations. If all the students like this, so it's very tricky. Not just like a robot, not showing any facial expressions, whether you are able to follow or you understand or you feel you want the teachers or lecturers to repeat or give other examples or something like that, or take 2 or 3 minutes break. I always use the terms commercial break, right?
Yes. Took a lot of commercial breaks.
Commercial break doesn't mean that you are not doing anything, but normally I will share gossiping or something like that. That's considered a commercial break.
Yeah.
Good to know.
What about successful students in terms of academics?
Okay. I always obtain this answer from the student itself. Normally from my FYP students, master and my PhD students. Because considered when you are already attached to your supervisor for your thesis or your final year project, you need to be able to be close as possible to your supervisor.
So do you think
so-
GPA really matters in the end? GPA.
One moment. Study consistently. As a Muslim, we need to. I collect this information or this answer from my own students, from my FYP students, undergraduates. He is a boy. He's like average student by looks. He didn't study hard or study like a bookworm or like a robot or something like that. He's just like a normal student, but he performed very well. And then when I asked how he managed his time, is time management. So he wake up every day before Fajr time.
MashaAllah.
Every day. Throughout the semester, throughout the year.
The dedication.
Yes. And then when I asked how you managed to do this, and then he said his father encouraged him, advised him to do that. And I asked him the profession of his father. His father is also a lecturer.
It all makes sense.
Subhanallah.
Other university, not UTM.
Oh,
So that means he said he just flipping all the notes or textbook and then wait for the azan, to call for the Fajr prayer. and then he pray, and then don't sleep after Fajr prayer. Do whatever that you want, that you like.
It's funny because we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the best hour to do work that's most productive is the hour after praying Fajr. That one is amazing. So I want to try it sometime.
So that means, that implies that you
I pray and then sleep. Yes.
yeah, it's hard to get used to it, but do it slowly. That's why I emphasized just now that do whatever that you like. If you don't feel like you want to study, maybe this is final exam just ended. So what to do after Fajr prayer? So do simple things like reading, browsing, whatever that you like. Your interest is in movies, so or looking for gadgets, electronic new products, whatever. So browsing. So that's
Do something you like so that
yes.
you can feel at ease.
Did I answer your question?
I was just talking about the GPA. Sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So I always share this with my own kids, with my children. 3 of them already completed their undergraduates.
Mashallah.
3 of them.
Inshallah.
The second one, next month, she will be joining the workforce in the hospital as a houseman officer or doctor, medical doctor, visiting residence or housemanship. So I always ask them to not to focus to really all out. The terms all out. Are you familiar with that terms? You use that terms? It means study like mad in the first semester.
We have a different term.
First semester, yeah.
We use nerd, as Mariam likes to say.
Yes.
We used that terms also long time ago during my undergraduate, but in a very negative way.
Oh. As a matter of fact, it's still negative sometimes.
No, it's positive.
Oh, you think it's positive, but it's very subjective.
So that means you are surrounded here in EE faculty among lecturers. If you are not nerds, you are not eligible to be appointed as a lecturer. Just kidding.
That was very sincere.
Okay, in terms of GPA, so that means CPA, GPA, so you need to be as good as possible, as high as possible in the first semester, because the formula or the process of establishing this GPA and CGPA, C is cumulative, so that the denominator will be bigger and bigger, so that if you are planning that, if you thought that it's okay, year 1, first year, honeymoon year, just enjoy and relax. No, you will end up maybe at most your CGPA will be 2.9 or 3.0 or 3.1 only.
I remember back in first sem, we had, so during the orientation week, we had, so they showed us this graph of
the simulations
the
the
CGPA. And they showed us that usually what happens is student gets a 4 flat CGPA during the first sem, but then that's probably the last time they'll get it for most students, and it only goes down along the way, so that when they get to 4th year, their CGPA is probably 2 point something and 3. Don't know if that's accurate or if that applies
still
to everyone.
not that late for you. You are still in the 4th semester. You still can improve, but not for them.
Oh no!
The fall down of hope.
Does repeating a subject make a difference?
Yeah, especially the grade that you secured less, a very bad grade like D or C minus or that. But it will you need to sacrifice your time so that it will directly or indirectly influence your performance on the current subjects that you're taking.
Yeah.
Because we still have 24 hours in a day. We still have 7 days in a week.
Yes.
God will not give extra 1 hour each day for anyone.
Indeed.
True.
Yeah.
Talking about CGPA, I have a question very related to that, and this question has been emphasized by a lot of students actually. So they're asking, is there any ways or any will from the faculty or from the dean himself to change the proportion of final exams? When we look at different faculties, their final exams only take up 30% of the whole coursework. For us, it's 50-50. Is there any will to change that or to decrease the weight of final exams? Because a lot of students actually complain about that. They say that it's way too much pressure.
So always remember, we are subject to the engineering accreditation. Is a global accreditations. So ideally, the coursework, because we are using semester systems. The meanings of semester means is continuous assessments. So that's why we need to evaluate or to assess the performance of the students in terms of understanding the subject matters throughout the semester, not only at the end or at the middle or something like that. So that's why normally in semester system, the coursework, the material to be assessed for test 1, test 2, quiz or assignments, so it will be only certain topics. And the final exam will be all the syllabus, chapter 1 until the end. That's final exam. Nice. So that's why ideally we will be 50-50. So as for our faculty, we are also allowing the lecturer to make no final exam, but so that means only coursework. Coursework means the big assignment or big project should be at the end to replace the final exam. And if such lecturer planning to do that, they need to table and file a paperwork.
Also, that depends on the lecturer. It can actually happen.
But normally it's only for the elective subject, the final year subject.
Oh, the elective
so
subjects.
that we can introduce the we call it project assignments. That normally the project assignment will be a big, just like a capstone or like a FYP1 or something like that. And normally it should involve simulations, designing simulations, involving simulator, and then implement it in hardware in the lab, and then report writing, and then presentations. So that will replace the conventional final exam.
Okay. So
that one normally will be for elective subject in the final year, which is almost equivalent to the postgraduate or master level. So normally for master by top course, the master program will adopt this approach. The final exam will be maybe only 20% or 35% or 30%, or will be no final exam.
All right. The third and last part of the sentence is can read. There you go, and good luck to the winners. So the only way the proportion of final exams can decrease is if lecturers implement more project-based assignments. But that's only for electives.
Yes. As for now, we are implementing that approach.
I see. But it's going to remain 50-50 due to the accreditation, I guess.
Yes. We feel comfortable that 50-50 is the best number, so that it will complement and addressing all the students' capability. Some are fast learner, some slow learner or moderate learner. Some required more time to digest because you are taking like 4 or 5 course or subjects, about 18 or 17 or 19 credits per semester. And we are human, we are not robot. We need to socialize, we need to rest. Majority of our time in one day will be rest or sleeping.
For a lot of us.
I actually have a question about the courses itself. So one day I was calling my dad and I was crying about differential equations and math too. So
differential equations. Okay, go ahead.
So he was like, it's okay. You're only gonna learn this during university. You're not actually gonna need it during the workforce, because he's an electrical engineer himself. So the question is, why do we have so much theory, but then we're not gonna actually use it in the workforce? Because
we are chasing electron. We are electronic engineer. Just the introduction, preamble of my answer. Okay, EE, electrical engineering, is considered very unique, and all of us should be thankful because we are in this field, EE. For me, EE is very unique. This is my personal view. Compared to the other engineering faculty or engineering discipline, like mechanical. You can see the machines, the gear, the motor. That's maybe it for all of you. For mechatronics, is still okay.
Yes.
Differential equation will be used in robotic arm, in everything, in the wave. Differential equation being used in electromagnetic field class, right?
EMT. Next semester still.
Oh, okay. And EMT will be used in almost
Everything.
all
Everything.
engineering or
Yes.
EE applications. Communications, electronic, energy, mechatronics, all. So, differential equation is easy.
No, it's not. And this is based on a lot of students I know.
Well, I think it's subjective because I think differential is easy, but
Differential is my
I think it
favorite
depends.
math.
Yeah,
Can't relate.
I actually
Cannot
think that
relate.
it's the easiest math that
Yes.
I've ever taken. But
Thank you.
people are different, I guess.
Cannot relate. I don't know you anymore.
Okay. My simple advice for any mathematics or any EE subjects or course, continuous study. I always say this. 1 hour lecture, you need to spend how many hours on your own?
2.
No, it's 3. So let's say today, you are attending 3-hour class. So that means
9 hours?
you need to work 9 hours in a week.
Oh,
So that
okay.
means in a week, you are attending how many hours lecture? You count. By right, it will be maybe 16 or maybe less than that. That's the credit hours means. Open your calendar, your
Oh,
timetable.
that's what the credit hours mean.
Yes.
Oh.
Then if
Luckily, you are in the 3rd year, not 4th year.
then if we compute the math for all the credit hours and the hours of revision that we need to have, that's a full-time job.
Yes.
It is full time.
Yeah, it's full time. And you have no other time, no spare time. By right, ideally.
Ideally. I like the word. I remember they did that for capstone. So last semester we had capstone, and capstone basically they said we were meeting once a week for 3 hours. And I remember our supervisor telling us that you need to meet outside of the class at least 6 to 9 hours. And at first we were meeting for like, let's say 2 hours just to talk about basic stuff. And then as we digged into the project, we were going way beyond 12 hours actually. We would spend entire days at the library for those who've seen us work. And it was very tiring, you know. That's when you realize that you need to put some more work hours in studying a certain subjects, or when it's a project-based subject, just like capstone.
My strong advice to you in mathematics, because other EE subject of course also is mathematics, full of mathematical expressions. So again, my own experience. Every day throughout the semester, I will study right after Maghrib time, straight away until 11:30 or 12.
And do you have time for socializing or fun time? Leisure time?
Fun.
Fun.
That's just at night. Fun over the weekend. Only Saturday and Sunday. Or sometime only Sunday, only one day. Here in Johor is Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
So if I feel no need for me to enjoy, to have fun, so I study again. Even over the weekend. At least preparing for the coming week.
Talking
forward.
about having fun. So let's go back to the fact that you're a lecturer also. How do you balance, so do you have any hobbies, and how do you balance between your personal and professional life as a lecturer?
Okay. When I cross age of 50, this is my hobby.
Plants, gardening.
Yeah.
Planting.
At least brisk walking, or see the green, anything that green. So this is from previous dean. It's not belongs to me. This is mine, that one, and I even prepared this. I made this to few of my staff outside, even my secretary.
Oh, you made them yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a recycled bottle.
So for those who are listening because they can't see,
Because I need oxygens
Yeah.
I need green.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
It's actually really cool.
What's the name of this plant?
I think majority of the hotel in Malaysia, they will use this in the toilet. They put this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice.
So for the listeners that can't see, we're basically looking at a jar, a recycled jar, and there is a plant in it.
It's a cute plant.
It's a cute plant.
Very nice one at that.
And I still remember the same family of this plant. I grew this also during my undergraduate in United States.
Oh.
The same.
So you have experience in gardening, mashallah.
This is not gardening. Just what?
Planting plants.
What the terms? Just using water?
Hydroponics?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hydroponics.
Still
Hydroponics, sorry. Because we did that in capstones. A certain group was working on that. Oh, bad memories.
Sustainability.
As for me, during my childhood time, my late father always bring me to the sea to join his friend that worked as a fisherman, and then entering the jungle, and then what else? Paddy field, and also rubber taper. So I experienced that. You can see my hand, it is not that soft. It's hard.
Can I touch?
Yeah. Hard, right?
Oh, yeah. I can testify to that.
And then luckily my late father forced me and my brother, we are only 2 brothers and 3 sisters in the family.
MashaAllah.
So my late father forced me and my brother to be involved in school brass band. I'm playing clarinet or like saxophone.
Oh.
That's so cool.
And my brother ended up becoming a music teacher with a bachelor degree in music.
Oh my god. Wow.
So that's why I love to teach communication principles, because all the audio can be represented in electronic signals, and electronic signal will be represented by mathematical equations, differential equations.
My nightmare.
Gonna have to deal with this.
All signal will be represented by numbers, by equations, by mathematical expressions. So cannot run away from differential equations.
I mean, I'm halfway through.
Okay, so coming to an end, what advice do you have for students or UTM students in general?
Okay. My advice will be tends towards advice, typical advice from grandfather, due to my age. So, as normal humans, so we need to balance. We need to spare time for our own body. That means sleeping time. We need to maintain the sleeping time. I always remember my old classmate during high schools. She is working as a medical doctor. She advised me 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 20 years ago. She always said, Jafri, we are no longer young. We need to have enough sleep. Sleep at 10 p.m., she said.
Oh my god.
So, it's okay for all of you. You are still young. You can stay back late at night, like doing whatever you like, watching movies, solving differential equations, questions.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
No.
But you need to spare enough time for your own body. Means sleeping. Sleeping here means quality sleep. Switch off light or dim the light and then sleep, and make sure you are comfortable with your room so that you can have the quality sleep. So that when you wake up in the morning, you will be full of energy to complete your next day, new day routine. So we do have like meditations that be given to us 5 times a day. fully utilize that.
Yes.
Prayers.
So that during that time, slowly you can start to investigate or start to think, because the first verse in Al-Quran is read, right?
Iqra.
Read.
Indeed.
Iqra is read. So as I always share this, right? In order to read, we need someone to write.
Yes.
Why not we actively involved in writing, preparing the manuscript, so that others can read, can perform the first task that been given to us. And in reality, read is not limited to just reading. Read means study, investigate, so we can run away from R&D, research. Keep searching the truth, the real meaning, right? Like in Malay, reads mean baca or just BACA or read. But I still remember my Chinese neighbor, during my childhood time, they always ask me in a broken Malay, they are using the terms like baca. Tak baca hari ni, that means you are not going to school today. So for them, go to school means baca or read. So that means, who knows, maybe baca or reads in their civilization last time means research. We are not supposed to just simply repeating the same ritual or activities. So we need to study or think and discuss, investigate in more details. So that's why that's the difference between undergraduate, master, and PhD. Undergraduates or degree, we just want to know the informations. Know, understand. Maybe you just know, but you are not understand completely or fully. But you can solve, you can work, you can function as an engineer to implement, to solve problems, to innovate, to improve the design, the performance, the processes, the product. But even I experienced one company approached us. They managed to solve very important engineering problems by accidents. Even Newton also by accident, right? Apple drops.
Yeah.
So, and then they approached us. I still remember in that meeting room, they approached us. They said that we managed to solve it, but we by accidents. Could you please help us so that we understand better? How come by producing some slot in the gadgets like this, handphone, they managed to solve the acoustic issue, the echo, everything. And they don't know the reason behind it. And they want us to help them to understand, so that they maybe want to improve that shape or whatever. So again, we need to do mathematical modeling, differential equation again. So, what was the question just now?
Advice to students.
Oh, okay.
So first one is reading.
Yeah, we need
Read
to
a
read.
lot.
Yes. Read doesn't mean that just simply normal reading activities. Keep asking. So that's why the key for, again, the answer for one of you just now, how to become a good student, how to study, improve CPA and so on. Study in a group discussions.
Oh, so you encourage
Yeah.
group
Yeah.
discussions and group studies.
But it's very tricky
Study
to
group.
find good members of your group. My practices during my undergraduate, we assign. Okay, we only able to meet after each of us study at least half an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours. And then we meet and then we share our understanding and what we are still not understand. And then if we are still not able to, because remember during that time we don't have Google, we don't have internet, we don't have PDF yet. So only we have photocopy machine to print and to copy and to study. So that's how we can start to understand electromagnetic field theory.
Yes.
And I still remember differential equations. Every night, I will do exercise. And it end up, the textbook that we use, all the questions, I managed to solve it. All the questions. Even though the lecturer only asked question number 7, number 3, number 12, something like that. I've completed one first, and then I complete one by one.
Well, I got them all wrong.
And final exam will be easy because the questions that been listed in the textbook at the end of each chapter, it been sorted nicely, the level, the scope, and then the last the bigger number questions, question 10, 15, 16 will be integrating and sometimes applying the previous chapter together. So when you reach that level, you will be able to, for example, you think that chapter is very easy, no need for you to solve question less than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no need. Straight away, number 11 or number 12. You are able to solve question number 12, 14, and then give a try to solve question number 6 and 7. It will be very easy. So that's, students should not only behave like a robot, just follow step and the procedure, but we need to, from time to time, to questions why it end up like that, why we need to do like this. This is investigations of the meanings process of the read from the first verse in Al-Quran. Even read means look around, look at this. Leaves also is read. So looking at you, looking the world, the God creations also is read. So any one of you already experienced performing Umrah?
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
We all did.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So because here in Malaysia, we the prophets normally within that area, Egypt, Formosa, and then surrounding that area.
You know, Allah has actually sent a messenger to every single nation.
Yeah.
It's just that the last prophet was from Arabia, but there has probably been a messenger in Malaysia or in the peninsula itself.
We are aware because there are many messengers. Only the big one that we need to know and to understand or to follow. Their teaching, but there are many more. Very true. So what was the last question just now? Advice. Yeah,
to students.
Is continuous, is lifelong learning. So we cannot stop from learning. Learning doesn't mean that in the conventional, the formal learning. Observing and relates with God creations is also learning process. And of course, after that, we need to refer to the documents. Documents means the kitab, Al-Quran, and all the books that
Scriptures.
available, the literature. Yeah.
Last question. Where do you see the Faculty of Engineering or the electrical school itself going in 5 years? What's your vision for what's next for us?
For future generations, not you.
Whatever that I'm doing now is for the future generations. Not for 3 of you, for your batch, but for your grandchildren's. That means the coming generation.
wow.
Not for your sons or daughter, but your grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
Inshallah.
I always put a dream that during my childhood time, I want to serve in third world country, Muslim third world country. And it ended up no need for me to go there. Here I can serve.
Yes.
In UTM. Meeting you and you. You are from
Egypt also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we are looking, even though we are not 100% relying on the ranking, so FKE, if you are looking on the QS world ranking by subject, we are already able to climb at number 79 in the world.
Wow.
The university want us means electrical engineering, to be in top 50 in the world within 1 or 2 or 3 years. That means before my retirement.
That can be possible, mashallah.
with the help of all of you. Three of you.
Let's say that.
He's graduating. Yeah.
Why you are not planning for graduation?
I don't know. We don't know.
The same question been asked to me a long time ago. The government officer dropped by to our universities in United States and then saying that you are the future leader of the Malaysia and the world, the future leader for the Muslim Ummah. Please work hard, study hard, improve yourself so that you are the assets of Malaysia, of the nations, the world, the Muslims. So work hard, be a nice person, something like that. I said, no, just like you. 30, 40 years ago.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, we are here. We, all of you and the faculty will move forward. The UC, UTM, the Muslim country will move forward. And I'm very positive that inshallah we will, the faculty, FKE, will be able to put the rank, if we are referring to the rank, even though we are not 100% comfortable and put it as the criteria or the target.
Yeah.
But if you are good, it will shows, it will proven in all the ranking, whatever ranking, the world ranking that we have right now. So with the evolutions of the technology, the revolutions of the technology, all are here in FKE. So AI, name it, AI, wireless, semiconductor, electronics, or whatever, robotics arm, autonomous vehicles or energy or whatever, all are here in Faculty of Electrical Engineering. So we are lucky. We are in that core technology for the IR 4.0 in the future. So
I'm grateful
with
for
that we can, inshallah,
forward.
if all students, I start with students and staff, mean academicians and support staff, able to contribute and work effectively, productively, efficient, so we can reach the target of the UC that putting us for FKE to be top 50 in the world within the coming years. 2-3 years.
Inshallah, with the grace of Allah. Thank you so much, Doctor.
I have one question.
Okay.
One last question. I know you said last question, but
Something to do with differential equations?
hopefully not. You can choose to include this, okay? But this is a question that's been stuck in my mind and I actually want to ask it. So there's a lot of students that actually deal with mental health issues. And sometimes they... it's not their choice, but sometimes they just don't feel like coming to class. Do you think that this could be used as an excuse for not attending? But then if the student is able to catch up, do you think it's a valid reason?
Yeah, even though the students can catch up, it will not be the same as those that attending the lecture or the classes
Of course,
from the
it's not.
beginning. Yeah,
But sometimes
even though he or she can secure A, but the level or the quality of A in terms of the knowledge will not be the same. We are not only worried and concerned about the grades, but the level of knowledge that you are able to understand, apply, and then link with others. That matters. So mental health, again, as a Muslim, all the solutions are already there in our kitab, in our books. So if we are not able to fully utilize it, seek for advice, experts in that particular subject matters, which means the religious scholars, ustads or muallim that really good in. You use Arabic as well, right? You're lucky, but for us it's a bit tricky and challenging, and we use that as advantage for us to interpret, to understand all the verse, all the phrases in Al-Quran or in any manuscript, interpret it from English language, from Malay language, from other language, and then combine it all together and discuss and seek advice from experts in specific area, literature and so on. So inshallah the mental issues is not an issue anymore.
inshallah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, hopefully.
So you would never see it as an excuse for someone to miss classes?
Because why you are here to study, right, as the students, and then that curriculum, that program's been formulated like that. It is not new. It is a traditions already in normal universities. Is always like that. Independent study, yes, but still need a teacher. Study without teacher means you are study with.
There's still YouTube and textbooks.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I appreciate the answer.
Very sorry, because I'm already in the age of like grandfather like that. So my answer will be more towards that.
I see.
Because majority of you, 3 of you is below 20, right?
No,
early 20s.
We're all
22,
above 20.
23 like that, right? Sorry. Okay, and
Much appreciated, Doctor. It's been a very interesting episode.
okay.
And we got to know a lot of insights from a lecturer's point of view. We really thank you for being with us on this amazing podcast, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Such an honor, honestly.
I also should say thanks to all of you, because this is a golden opportunity for me. This is opportunity for me to share my experiences, and this will be ibadah or the good deeds for me, even though I'm no longer here. So it will be
Inshallah.
benefits and will be applied.
May Allah
So
accept
please
from
pray
all
for
of us.
me so that I will be getting the rewards, even though I'm no longer
indeed,
here.
indeed, may Allah accept from all of us.
No need for me to go to Senegal or Egypt to teach or to share my experience and knowledge there. So with this golden opportunity, thanks to Allah that my request been granted.
Thank you so much, Doctor. The pleasure is ours. With this, we thank you to the listeners who have been this long in this podcast, and we really hope that you've benefited from the amazing insights of Dr. Jafri. And with that, we'll see you on the next episode, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.